Hello and good morning once again to a New York Times Hard Sudoku puzzle. Today is July 21st, 2023. Let's see. We have 8 blocking up and down and across, and 8 must go in this position here. We got a 1 blocking across here, and 1 blocking up. So here's a 1, and that gives us, of course, a 1 up here. Three blocks these squares here, this 3 blocks this square, ergo a 3 must go here. And now we have a 3 in one of these squares for the simple reason that this 3 blocks here and these 2 3s block here and here. We also have a 9 here and here blocking these 4 squares. So it is clear that these 2 squares must be a 3 and a 9. Therefore, these must be 7, 5, and a 4. Can we do anything with that? 5, 5. No, I don't think, not right away. We have a 2, however, blocking these 2 squares and a 2 blocking this square here. So a 2 must go in this square, and that gives us, of course, this 2 up here. Now, these must be an 8, 9, and a 7. We have 2 9s blocking across, so here is a 9, and these are now 7 and 8. Therefore, these must be a 4, 5, and a 6. There's a 4 and a 5 blocking this square, so it's a 6. Now we have 4 and 5 here. We also have this 6 blocking across and this blocking down, giving me a 6 for this position here, and these 2 must be a 7 and a 9. The 9 blocks across, so here's a 7, and here is a 9. This 9 blocks across, so does this, while this 9 blocks down. Here's a 9. These 2 must be a 7 and a 5. And they will have to wait a moment. Let's look down here. We need to find a 2 for one of these squares. Here we got this 2 blocking down, this 2 blocking down, this blocking over. So 2 goes here or here. The 2 other squares must be an 8. And since we have a 2 and an 8 blocking this square, we know that these must be 2 and 8. And this therefore can only be a 3 because that's the last digit missing from the column. And we do remember, I'm sure, that these 2 squares had to be a 3 and a 9. This must be the 9 and this must be the 3. This 3 blocks across, so does this. This blocks down. Here is a 3. We need one more 3, I think, for this puzzle. 3 blocks up and over. Yes, one of these is a 3 and one of these is a 3. So we need 2 more 3s. We'll have to be patient a little longer, but not much longer, I think. We do need 4, 5, and a 7 here still. The 5 and a 7 blocks over, so here's a 4. And now we have a 4 here or here. This is a 5 or a 7, and so is this. And these 2 must be, of course, an 8 and a 6, making these 5, 7, and a 4. And a 5 and a 7 block here, so here's a 4. This is now 5, 7, 5, 7, and 5, 7. What else can we see? 7 blocks across, one of these is a 7, so we have 7 here or here. And since we need a 7 for this column, the only square that we can actually use for a 7 is this one here. These therefore must be a 9 and a 6. What was it about these? An 8 and a 7, right? And a 4 and a 5 here. I think we can do something along this row 7. It's only populated by 3 givens. We have some severe limitations. Well, here's the thing. This is actually an important lesson also for me. We know that one of these is a 7 because we have the 7 blocking over. So these squares can only be a 4, 5, and a 6, right? This square can only be a 4 or 5. So what does that tell us? That tells us that we have a nice little triple going on, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. That means that this 6, 9 cannot be a 6. It must be a 9. And this must be a 6. Now we know that this is a 6 and this is a 4, 5 and 4, 5 remote pair. And this must be the 9 because we got 9s blocking across and down, don't we? So 4, 5, 7. But let's get back to this row here. We started with 3 gibbons, now we have 5. Let's see if we can continue this. Because if these are 4 and 5s, these must be 2 and 8. And yes, I think that's where the fun stops for now. 1, 4, 5, 6 here. 4, 5, so this is a 1, 6. I really don't know how to continue with this block here. But we did find the 6 here, didn't we? And the 9 and the 6 here. That's not nothing, is it? But it does beg the question, sort of, what to do with row 9. This is a 2, 8, this is a 2, 8. We got 2, 8 here. So we got a 2 blocking down here. So this cannot be a 2. So we got 2 here or here. We got 8 here, here. Can we do something with another 8? Let's look at this column here. It needs to find a 2, 8, 1 and a 6. We have a 1 and a 6 here. These are 2 and 8, aren't they? So for these we now need a 7, 4 and a 5. So this is a 4 or a 5. We also, by the way, have 4, 5 here, here and here. But let's look now at the 8s and the ramifications for the 8s, because if this is not an 8, because it's a 4, 5, this 8 blocks here, this 8 blocks here, and this 8 blocks here, this must be an 8. And now we have an 8 here, and we have a 7 here. Let's see how that helps us, if at all. Well, it helps us because these 7, 5 squares cannot be resolved. Here's a 5 and here's a 7. And this 7 blocks here, this 7 blocks here and here. Here's a 7 and that makes a 7 out of this square. Now you've got 7 here, here, here and here. And these must be a 4, 5 and a 6. We know that this is a 4, 5 and the 6 blocks here, so it's clear that the 6 must go in this square. This is now a 4, 5 and a 4, 5, but the 4 blocks over, doesn't it? So here's a 5, here's a 4. 2, 8, 2, 8, therefore these must be a 5 and a 7. And therefore this must be a 4. That gives me a 5 here and a 4 here. 2, 8, 2, 8, 2, 8, and a 2, 8. Can we get any closer? These are 6 and 8. 6, 6, yeah, 6 here, 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 and here. What are these? Did I forget to look at these at all? Yes, so there are 5 and a 3. And I believe we also had 3s here, didn't we? And here we have a 1 and 4, but the 4 blocks up. So here's a nice little 1, and here's a 4. And that gives us this 4 up here. This therefore must be a 7 because the 7 blocks this square, which of course now is a 2. So 2 here, 7 here, 7 here, 5 here, 5 here, 3 here, 3 here, and here is a what? A 2. Where does that leave us? It leaves us with a missing 1 and a 6. So 1, 5, 6, 8 here. There's a 1, 5, and a 6 blocking this square. So here's an 8. And that, of course, gives us this 8 and this 6 and this 6 and this 1. Now this must be a 1. And we know that this is a 2 and this is an 8. And therefore this is a 2, don't we? And this must be a 5. Yeah, that was quite a nice puzzle today. It had a nice flow. I hope you enjoyed it and that you'll come back for more soon. Thank you for watching and bye for now.